Abound is a company that specializes in providing loans to those who might not be eligible for conventional personal loans. Learn about the characteristics of an Abound loan, as well as the benefits and drawbacks of this type of loan. Unsecured personal loans are available from Abound, and the company is willing to evaluate individuals who may not have a strong credit history. Before choosing whether or not to provide you with a loan, it will take into consideration your credit score, as well as your salary and the way you typically spend your money. There is a possibility that you will have to wait 2 days before receiving a decision from Abound regarding your loan application. However, if your application is accepted, the funds should be deposited into your account on the same day. Although you will be required to pay a loan fee that is non-refundable, you will not be required to pay any further interest or charges if you pay off your loan early. This is not always the case with other lenders, but it is the case with this particular lender. Abound Loans Pros and Cons. Pros. Depending on the circumstances, you might not be required to pay any further interest or fees if you settle your loan early. Your loan could be deposited into your account by Abound on the same day that your application is recognized and accepted. Your payment date is something you may set, and you may be able to amend it while the loan is still in effect. You can get in touch with Abound for assistance and support in a number of different ways. Cons. The loan fee that Abound imposes is not refundable, and it is added to the total amount that you owe on your loan. The time it takes to make a decision regarding your application could be as long as 2 business days. A shared loan is not available to you. One of the trading names that FinTurn Limited uses is Abound. It extends credit to those who might not be qualified for a loan from a conventional financial institution. The company asserts that before making a decision, it takes into consideration not only the applicant's credit score, but also their whole financial status overall. You have the ability to borrow anything from £1,000 to £10,000 from Abound in order to pay things like unexpected costs or larger purchases that are essential, such as a car. In addition to the amount that you borrow, Abound will charge you an arrangement fee that is not fully refundable. You will be responsible for paying interest on it, and you will repay it through your regular installments. If, on the other hand, you decide to pay off your loan early, you won't be required to pay any additional fees or interest charges that other lenders might include in their terms. The use of a loan eligibility service is something that should be considered before applying for a loan. Using this method, you will be able to determine the likelihood of obtaining a loan from a variety of lenders without having your credit score affected. It is imperative that you verify that it only does soft searches and the number of lenders that it compares. Where Abound loans stand out. At this time, you are able to pay off your loan early without incurring any associated fees. If you want to pay off your loan before the end of the agreed-upon term, many of the lenders that we have examined will charge you interest that is equivalent to several days' worth of interest. Abound, on the other hand, does not apply these fees and will only charge interest up until the date that you repay the loan. The day that you are approved could be the day that you receive your money. After your application has been reviewed and approved, Abound will inform you that the funds will be transferred to your account on the same day. Because of this, you shouldn't have to wait an excessive amount of time before you can get access to your loan. However, Abound does not provide combined loans. The only way to submit an application for a loan is as a single applicant. You should always check to see if you are eligible for a joint loan before applying for one, even if other lenders are able to provide you with one. Am I eligible for an Abound loan? In order for Abound to take into consideration your loan application, you are required to be at least 18 years old, be a resident of the United Kingdom, and have a physical address in the United Kingdom. Maintain an account with a financial institution, such as a bank, building society, or credit union, that has been operational for a minimum of 3 months and provides open banking access. You should not have any county court judgments, CJs, or defaults that are still outstanding. There is a possibility that Abound will take into consideration your loan application if you have a credit judgment, an individual voluntary arrangement, IVA, a debt relief order, or any other type of default on your credit history. But it has been handled. Nevertheless, it will continue to monitor your credit and determine whether or not you are able to afford the loan, and it will only approve your application if it believes that you are able to pay back the loan in addition to your other costs. You will need to fill out the online application form in order to submit an application for a loan from Abound. In order for Abound to make a decision on your application, you will be required to supply certain personal information, as well as specifics regarding your income and financing facts. To begin, once you have provided all of the required information, Abound will conduct a preliminary credit check against your credit history. By doing so, you will be able to determine whether or not you are eligible for a loan without having any effect on your credit history. In the event that you are qualified and choose to move forward with the application process, Abound will conduct a thorough credit check, the results of which will be recorded in your credit file. What information do I need? Before making a decision regarding whether or not to provide you with a loan, Abound, like any other lender, has to be aware of a number of essential details regarding your personal and financial circumstances. The following is a list of the information that you are required to provide. Your name and where you live. Additional contact information, including your email address. You need to specify how much money you wish to borrow and for how long. The purpose for which you want to use the loan. What you make and what you spend on a regular basis. In the event that your application is accepted, you will additionally be required to present a copy of your identification as well as the particulars of the card from which you intend to make repayments. In the event that Abound requires further information after you have filed your application, it will get in touch with you. How long does it take to apply? It is possible that filling out the online loan application with Abound will not take you very much time. Nonetheless, it may take up to 2 business days for the company to decide whether or not to offer you money. Abound claims that it is typically able to transfer the money to your account on the same day that you have signed the loan agreement provided that you have been authorized for a loan application.